Ozpolitik bringing this to my attention. Somebody wrote a letter to the Bureau of Meteorology in Australia and said, I lied in a video. My rebuttal is, the Bureau of Meteorology head climate analyst David Jones says it's going to be a permanent drought. And then we got Tim Flannery, now the head of the Climate Council for Australia, saying the same thing. Record floods, West New South Wales. Third time this year, spectacular waterfalls at Uluru. Deserts turning into lakes. Wettest September, Murray-Darling. Jennifer Morrissey calling out the Bureau's contrived warmest year ever by showing turn of the century 1900 equivalent with today's temperature. You're fired. Her research didn't integrate into the emerging research clusters, which means she didn't say global warming. Australian stone fruit, wet spring season, they're only picking 1/7 of the normal crop. Vineyards, the buds are affected by extended cold. Potato shortages due to the cold winter. Now there's swarms of locusts across central Australia. And please remember to subscribe to Adapt 2030 while you're watching the video and pass this through your social media. Somebody who watched one of my videos actually reached out to the Bureau of Meteorology and told them that I lied in a video. The rebuttal back from BOM was, we don't comment on blogs. If the information was true and I had lied, they would be commenting for sure. This was a Sydney Morning Herald article I referenced where the Bureau of Meteorology head climate analyst David Jones said they were going into a permanent drought in 2008. And Tim Flannery, now the head of the Climate Council in Australia, said the same thing, but it's record floods now. And the title of the article was, This Drought May Never Break. And they go on to say that this will be the new norm. There's no turning back from extended drought. And now the wettest September on record in Murray-Darling. South Australia here, 4 times as much rain as average. Tennant Creek, Northern Territory, a full year of rain in 1 week. Flooding streets, turning into rivers. They call it a once in 150-year flood. They've updated the article now. This just coming a couple of days ago. Central West New South Wales, streets are rivers. Birdsville, this is a dry area. Record rainfall up in Darwin. They call it a deluge. Third time this year, Uluru waterfalls, and at the beginning of the month, all-time record rains, eclipsing every record they ever kept in this area. Now the deserts are filling up and turning into inland lakes. Rivers are rising and cutting off transportation. West Australia, cattle stations, heavy rainfall, cutting them off as well. And if we look at the overall trend for the last 116-year record keeping, 5 times more rain. The desert is absolutely blooming. Kimberley region, normally dry, it's a lake now. This is from Moomba, South Australia. Beautiful double rainbow. As well, Higgins Storm Chasing picked this one here, right over the Sydney Opera House. Incredibly photogenic storm fronts pushing through. I wanted to pull you over and talk about some temperature information in Australia as well. Globally, RSS confirms it's tied with 1998. Dr. Roy Spencer, University of Huntsville, Alabama, same thing. These are 2 satellite data sets. And then Jennifer Morrissey wrote an article about the somewhat contrived bureaus calculating warmest years using the ACORN satellites in the homogenization process. Her findings were that in the early 1900s, the temperature was exactly the same as it is today. Several different data sets. And what she pointed out, the overall rate of warming is only 1/3 of 1 degree, not that full 1C that the BOM keeps spouting. And these temperature reconstructions show the exact same thing. So what did they do? They fired her. They removed her position from Central Queensland University. Reason? Her work does not integrate well into emerging research clusters. Change that into English. She didn't say it's getting warmer. Talking about food, Sydney Morning Herald, potato shortage never this bad, according to the farmers. Reason? Cold winter and heavy rain. Potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, affected. These are not crops you're going to want to grow when the weather gets cooler in these next few years. Wine growers are looking for a challenging year because the buds were affected by extended cold. wet spring in South Australia. They're only picking 1/7 of the normal crop size, but they're looking to take advantage of higher prices to make up for their reduced crop. Adding to this, Central Australia has a locust plague at the moment, grasshoppers everywhere. Close up here on the wall. You could probably use those for animal feed. They seem to be covering everything at the moment. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. With these cold weather events, our crops are definitely being affected, and they are doing as much damage control as they can to keep it out of the media, and still trying to silence scientists who are coming out saying it's not warming now nearly as quickly or as much as was forecast. Please jump over to Trade Genius, because they are trading on the grand solar minimum agricultural losses.